Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so welcome to today's video, which is gonna be just a Chatty video where I just want to spend some quality time with you and maybe just share a few things that I'm experiencing right now. And it sort of reaches a little bit into the lifestyle section of my channel and also again a little bit into the mental health kind of section, and it's like it's a little bit all over the place, but I feel that our lives and our bodies are made as one whole thing and we can't really separate anything from like cut clear lines. So I think that's what I want to do today. Plus I have been working so hard these last 2 weeks, and I'm going to get into this in a second, and also trying to, for example, last week I pushed out 5 videos and I've been making myself crazy with the editing and everything, so I just need to film something that is a little bit easier, low maintenance on the editing side because it's really taking a toll on me, but I'm gonna get into this. So if you're interested in spending some quality time with me and just listening to me and I don't know, just share a little bit, then just keep on watching. Okay, my friends, I hope you have a snack or you have a basket of laundry to fold or something like this, because honestly, I love when YouTubers, the YouTubers that I'm following, when they do that, when they do Chatty videos that is not tutorials where I don't necessarily have to watch them, but I can listen to them, then I just get myself something to do, something else to do, like folding laundry or like emptying out the dishwasher or something like this, and just listen to them and at the same time get some work done. So I want to invite you to do that. If you're a busy mom, then why should you waste time, right? Let's just combine having quality time and also getting stuff done. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to share with you a little bit what has been going on in the last, I don't know, let's just start with the past that is just around the corner, and maybe if I have time I'll go a little bit further to the past, but it depends how long I'm talking. Anyway, so I want to share with you, when you see this, just a week ago I had a very big photo shoot, which was a photo shoot that we had to do from the place where I'm studying makeup artistry, and we had the assignment to do a photo shoot in a how do you say that? A designer assigned to us. Okay, so my team, we had the Dolce & Gabbana assigned to us, and we were supposed to come up with a style, including makeup, including hair or hat or whatever design, and including clothing that is in the style of the designer that had been assigned to us. So like I said, we had Dolce & Gabbana, which is amazing. I love Dolce & Gabbana because they are so colorful and out there, and flowers and crowns and amazing, and I love that. Something like Prada or something, I would have had such a hard time because it's just so, you know, I just can't deal with it. I can't. Anyway, maybe it would have been healthy to do that, just to like broaden my horizon, but I was so comfortable with Dolce & Gabbana. I was so happy that we got chosen for this one. Anyway, I was the team leader and we were 3 in our team, and I had 2 other girls who were makeup artists and who are Arab women, and it was the first time that I worked with them, and I was actually very much looking forward to that experience, and it was really nice. But in the beginning I almost freaked out a little bit because, first of all, we did not share a language. They spoke a little bit English, but it was more like hand and feet and things like this, or on account of pictures, showing each other pictures of what we want to do. So that was quite an experience. Plus, a couple days after we had gotten the assignment, Ramadan started, which is their month where they basically fast during the day and then eat and have festivities during the night. And this is like how do you say that? Like a very special month for them, right? So, and me as a team leader trying to organize everything, for me it was really hard to get in touch with them and to be, you know, on the roll, how we plan all this and whatever. So that was the first hardship. A little bit. It was not so bad, but it was a little bit challenging. And then a day before the photo shoot, I got contacted by one of my mentors who told me that our model that we had planned the whole photo shoot around had dropped out. So we got a new model, and we would only see the model on the spot there, right then and there. Okay, so that is not the worst thing that could happen, because, you know, if you get hired as a makeup artist at a fashion show, you don't necessarily know the models before, or you don't necessarily see them before, right? But at the fashion show, you know that they are slender, they are tall, usually their faces are very chiseled, and so what we got was very different. She was small. She was really, really small. She was sweet and everything, but she was completely different from what we had thought. And also the costume that we had made was made for a tall, skinny person. So everything was, I felt like, wow, this is out of control, and we are going to be judged, we are going to be judged by what we are going to deliver in like 2 hours, right? So that was weird. Anyway, I freaked out. On the way to the photo shoot there, I was really having a bad panic attack, and I felt, God help me, I cannot, I have to get through this, but I don't know how. And then I got there in that makeup area where like the makeup staging area is, and I set up my station, and the model hadn't arrived yet, and my teammates hadn't arrived yet. So I had set up everything, and then I just went outside in the entrance area where there is like a little kitchenette kind of a thing, and I got a drink of water. And there were other people around talking, you know, people pouring in, other teams coming, whatever. And I didn't really pay much attention, because I try to like focus on myself in those situations and just zoom in and just trying to figure out my own life, honestly. And then suddenly there was like a big hello, and it was like everybody looked at me, and I just looked at my cup, and then I noticed there was silence. And then I looked up, and then there was the guy. Do you remember? A couple of weeks ago I spoke to you about that super high, I don't know, that guy, the fashion styling guy who sort of dismantled me in one of my in the lectures that I attended. How I'm too much, and how I'm just, you know, I could be so pretty if I would be just toned down and be like everybody else. So he was standing there right in front of me. Everybody else was standing around looking from him to me to him. And he was like, hi. And I was so overwhelmed. I was, you know, I'm not a mean person by my nature. I'm very bubbly, as you probably can tell in most of my videos. I'm maybe even over the top bubbly for most people. But I was frozen. I thought, God, please, this is not what I need right now. If he now gives me a speech, because I looked something like that on that day, if he gives me now a speech that I am unbearable and whatever, I'm going to be flat on the floor, and I will not be able to do anything anymore, and they'll have to, I don't know, someone will have to carry me home, okay? So he was like, hi. And I was like, oh, it's you. I couldn't help myself. I could not, you know. I had to get out of the situation. So I just left. I went back into the staging area, and I know that everybody was oohing and ahhing over that guy, because they're all trying to suck up to him and maybe trying to get hired by him or something like this, and I'd rather not. So I'd rather not be famous, because I don't, and not like that at least. And so I left. I was not I don't know, I was not angry or anything, but I just needed to get out of this situation, you know, because I knew I have to perform in like 2 minutes, and I cannot deal with this, and with the pain he caused me last time and the pain he might potentially cause me right now. Okay. So I went to go back to my makeup station, and then the model came, got introduced to me, and my teammates were not yet there. There was a lot of heavy traffic on that day, so they were stuck in traffic. So I started already by myself, which is okay. I don't mind that at all. Anyway, so I was in charge of doing the eyes. I was gonna do a very dramatic cut crease in red and pink and fuchsia and apricot. And that was our color scheme together with black. And yeah, so I started the eyes, and then once I had totally wiped myself out doing the eyes, my teammates were already there, and I then just took a break because I let them finish off the foundation and all of that. And I went to the bathroom because I needed a break to just relax, because I get really, really intense when I'm doing makeup, and I'm burning something like 200 million calories because I'm concentrating so much and every muscle is working. So I just took myself out of this whole situation because there is so much hustle and bustle going on. It's not just you. There were something like, I don't know, 6 teams in that room, and everybody was getting ready, you know, and everybody was competing, obviously, right? So I got myself out of this whole situation, and I went to the bathroom, and I was actually not doing so well. I was at a breaking point, really, you know, with everything that has been going on. And it's not only the preparation for that photo shoot and having a family and trying to push out 5 videos per week to get some content to you that is hopefully interesting, and also blogging, and I was driving myself crazy, you know, and I was trying to excel everywhere, and I don't know, the shortcomings were in me, you know. I felt like I have nothing left to give, and I'm totally empty, and I don't know what to do, and nothing anyone can say right now is going to comfort me. I felt like this is it, you know. And I knew at the same time that I cannot have a breakdown now here in public at that toilet. I just can't. So I tried to pull myself together, and I tried to find a tool that will help me. So of course I always speak to God. I always speak to God, not in a very in a manner that I have my prayer book or anything. I just, in my heart, I cry out to God, and I say, God, please help me. I cannot take one more step if you don't help me take that step. So I took out my phone, and I turned on YouTube, and I turned on music. Now, I know that right now we are in the time of Omer. And if you don't know what Omer is, it's the time between Passover and Shavuot, which is, I forgot again the English name for Shavuot. What is it? Pentecost? I don't know. It's Passover and Shavuot. Like, Google it if you don't know what Shavuot is. It's after Passover. Anyway, so in that time, we have sort of a time of mourning, and we don't have weddings, we don't have festivities, and we don't listen to music. That's part of that whole time. And but I knew where to turn, and that was classical music. There is a certain kind of classical music that drops directly into my heart, and I needed that to save my life. This was saving my life, because otherwise I would have not been able to do anything. And there is that kind of music, and if I manage to do that, because I cannot play that music here because of copyrights, but I will link maybe a channel or a playlist or something in the description box, so you know what I'm talking about when I'm describing this music. It's classical music, like Baroque kind of a music, with trumpets and strings and stuff, like less piano. Piano can really fast drives me crazy, but trumpets, like really royal and well, listen to it, then you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I listened to this music, and I just closed my eyes, and I let this music wash through me. And that was such a godliness coming through that music that it lifted my spirits like I could not tell you how much. The difference was so amazing. You know, when I closed my eyes, I could, and there is where I make the connection to makeup, honestly, because, you know, in classical music, when you have all those different, how do you say that, the different instruments and the different layers of music coming together, it's like blending eyeshadows. That's like, it's coming together, and all of it together with the eyeliner, it's getting to, like, it's becoming a masterpiece, and it makes me so happy. It made me so happy that I went out of this bathroom after, I don't know, 10 minutes? I did not need like 2 hours of a break, you know, it was like 10 minutes. I think that playlist that I listen to is like 7.5 minutes or something like this. So I listened to that, I straightened myself up, and I said a prayer. I said, God, thank you for taking my worries and my all of this, focusing on me and on my miserable situation that I think is so miserable, but it's not. But in that moment, it felt like it. Thank you for taking the focus off that and just putting it away from me so that I can breathe and that I can straighten up my shoulders and that I can walk out like a queen and go back and do my job and finish the job. And that's what I did. And I went back into the studio where the rest of my team was working, and I was happy. I was happy, and I felt lighthearted, and I felt like I had lost 500 kilos. And even my teammates said, well, Leorah, you're good, right? So because I was really, really tense before, and of course it's not only that I was in a miserable situation before, it's also because towards of the end of the makeup application, when you know you're about 10 minutes away of going into the studio to the photographer, you know that the bulk of the work is done and you start to relax a little bit, you know, because the part when you're at the photographer is the fun part. It's really, really cool. So anyway, I then just, you know, checked what my team had done, because everybody was my everybody and everything was my responsibility. So I had to sort of tell them it's okay or not, or where they had to, you know, do more or whatever. And then I did eyeliner and lashes for the girl, and then we went in to, you know, get the pictures done, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And even though she was, the model was much different from what we had expected, I think we got most of it, like we got the most of it out of it. I don't know if one says it that way, but I think we made the best out of the situation that was totally unpredictable. And even though she didn't really fit into the costume and we had to sort of clip it in the back, so it was basically open this much in her back, but nobody sees that in the picture, so it's okay. But it's really a lot of stuff that is going on behind the scenes that then nobody sees on the pictures, and I look at the pictures and remember what really happened there, and I just laugh out loud because nobody would imagine what we did to get to that place. Anyway, yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you, and I tell you why. I have been struggling a lot with self-confidence lately, and I don't think you noticed that maybe too much in my videos, because this is really my happy place where I feel the best. You know, even though before I turn on the camera I'm shaking, I'm always super nervous, and till I have my first sentence out, I really don't know if I'm going to survive this video. But once I'm rolling, it's okay, you know. That's why I also, and that's a trick that a lot of YouTubers do, honestly, that's why I always use that same first sentence, because that gets me rolling, and then I'm usually fine, you know. It gets me over that initial fear or this initial thing of how I'm going to start. So that always helps me. Anyway, I have been struggling a lot with self-confidence, and that has to do with me having had to gain weight back because I was just too skinny, and according to my doctor and according to things that my body was showing, you know, warning signs that I was just getting too skinny, I had to gain back weight, and that is really gnawing a lot on my self-confidence, because when I look at myself I see fat everywhere, and that is of course not true. I'm just normal now. I'm not super skinny anymore, but I'm normal. I'm okay. I'm good. It's just that I have been fat for so many years that for me anything that is not bony is, it's getting in a dangerous situation, in the sense of tomorrow I'm going to be fat again, and I'm so scared of that. So that is putting me a bit in a turmoil, and then right now I've also been really struggling with the looks of people when they look at me and I see their big question marks over their heads when they see me like this, and it exhausts me to no extent these days. And there was a time till about, I don't know, till about maybe 3 months ago where I really actually did not care, like 28 days out of 30, I did not care what anyone thinks. And right now, I'm really struggling. And if someone says something, or there's just a child staring at me, I feel super, super bad. And I know that I shouldn't, because children just have no filter, and they're just curious, and they just stare at you because they have never seen anything like this. They don't know their mothers being like this or anything like that. So I understand the kids, and I don't blame them. But for me, it's a hard situation. So for example, yesterday, when I'm filming this yesterday, I dropped one of my kids off in school in the afternoon for something, and when I walked back to the car, there was another mom with her son dropping her son off for the same thing. So while they were walking by, I heard him asking his mom, "Mommy, what is that woman?" It wasn't even who is that woman, it's like, what is that woman, you know? And that bugged me like nothing else, you know? It exhausts me, and I don't even know why that is right now, but there is a lot of stuff going on that I'm trying to figure out right now in myself. And I think what I'm trying to say with all of this is that I'm probably going to go back to just 3 uploads per week, because I just need to breathe a little bit. By the beginning of August, the biggest bulk of my studies are done, and then I will see how things roll from there. But I think right now I just have to be a little bit more relaxed, because it's just too much, and I feel like if I continue like this, I'm heading straight towards the cliff, and I cannot have that, because after all, and first and foremost, really, I am responsible for 7 children and my household and my work. And yeah, so I guess that's what I have to do. But my bottom line that I want to leave you with is, and I'm sure by now you have folded all the laundry in your house. I'm sorry for talking for so long. That was really not meant to be. But what I want to leave you is that we have to find the tools that help us and use them, not afraid to use them, okay? So I use the music, even though I know it is really not allowed, but for me it was really saving my life in that moment, you know? For me, it was super, super essential, because I know no therapist or nothing could have talked to me in that situation, because I was blocked. This was blocked, everything was blocked, but my heart was still open, and it was receptible for this heavenly music, you know? And for me, this is heavenly music, because and that is a not known fact about Leorah, I come from a very musical background. When I grew up, I was in a music school. I learned a ton of instruments, and basically what I grew up with was studying classical music and playing classical music. Even though now I'm still enjoying classical music very, very much. It's like a safe place for me. But I'm also enjoying other music, obviously, you know, modern music or whatever. But for me, this is it's just something that I really, really enjoy. Plus, it always puts me into that, you know, when I close my eyes and listen to it, it puts me in that throne room of the king, you know, and it is so majestic and amazing, and I love that. And for me, God speaks to me through that music. So that is what holds me out. Does one say that it holds me out? It sort of removed me from that miserable place. And I just wanted to share that with you. If you are struggling with something, to maybe music is that for you also, or it is something else. But for me, it is definitely makeup and music. That's just how I tick. I'm very visual, and I'm very artistic, and obviously makeup and also music is very artistic. So just wanted to share that with you a little bit, just story time, and I hope you enjoyed this. And also a little bit of a life update, really, because if I do miss an upload now in the near future, then you know why that is, and it's not because something horrible has happened or anything. It's just because I needed to breathe. Okay, but I'm still going to aim for 3 uploads per week, which is really my minimum. And because I really need to be here, because I need to be with you guys, and I need to be here in that place which is the favorite place for me to be. Even more than doing makeup on people, I'm loving to be here and being with you. So that is really my passionate place here. Anyway, I hope this was in any way entertaining or relationship building or helpful to anyone. And if so, and you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel. And if you like the video, then give it a like. And besides that, I just want to bless you that God will bring health to all of us in our bodies and in our souls, and that we shall all go out from here and recover in wherever we need recovery, and that we all know that we are loved and that we are strong, even though we don't feel it always, but we are. At the end of the day, we are stronger than we think, and it's still okay to accept help and to use it and to go out and just sparkle. And sometimes our sparkles are a little bit subdued, but they are still there. And let's just hang on to this until the sparkles grow more sparkly again, okay? So know that you're loved, and that I really enjoy being here with you. And I see you here next time for my next video. And up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.